Hello and welcome back to my channel English is Easy. I hope you all are doing very good. So today I'm going to teach you about how to use has, have and had in a proper way. So let's see how they are being used in our day-to-day sentences and how you can make it correct by placing them in a very, as you can see, has, have and had. They all are used in a different way and in our different kinds of sentence. These both are their present tense and they are only used only in present sentence only, but had is used as a past form. You have to remember one thing: has is singular and have is the plural form. But in case of past form, this had, it represents both the singular and the plural form. So while in using had, we do not face such kind of situations or problem in regarding plural and singular. But in case of has and have, we always have to remember that has symbolizes singular and had symbolizes plural form of the verb. So how we are going to use these things in our day-to-day sentences? So in case of has, we can use he has, she has. In case of it has, proper name. Then also and title. All these things they will be using has. How? For example, he has a big house. She has a car. It has a lot of features. Proper name: Amit has a story book. And in case of title, Chota Bheem which is a favorite cartoon, has attracted a lot of viewers. So as you can see, for he, this kind of examples; for she, this kind of example; for it, this one; for proper name, this one; and for title, this one. So these are all the examples how you can use has in the proper way and in which pronouns it can be used. So this is an example of how you are going to use the has. Now let's begin with now. In case of have, I have, you have, they have, we have. So these pronouns is going to be used in case of have. Now how you are going to make these sentences? I have a big house. Do you have the book? They have a car. We have some mangoes. So all these are examples which you are finding here. They all are the examples of how you are going to use have. For in case of I, in case of you, in case of they, in case of we, and how they are being used in a sentence. You will always have to remember these things, because you cannot, if you remember these things, then you will never make any kind of mistakes. So how has is being used in a sentence and have is being used in a sentence, these are the examples. So you have to remember these things. Now the third one, that is the past one, that means had. Here what you can see, in case of had, it symbolizes what I have said earlier. It symbolizes both the singular form and the plural form. So as it represents both of these things, as we can say, I had, we had, they had, he had, she had, it had, in case of any name, had, and in case of any title, that is also had. For example, I had some pens. Here you can see, we had a match yesterday. Here also we are using had. They had played well. Again the same thing. He had made a toy. So here also had is used. She had cooked food. Here also it had went missing. Then also again we are using had. Rohit had done his homework. So in these cases, all these cases, when we are using had as a past perfect tense, we are using these kind of sentences. So in case of had, all these things which we have seen, they have separated themselves, they have divided themselves into two forms, has and have in present perfect tense. Now when past perfect tense, they all are in the same line and they are being used in this kind of sentence. You can take a screenshot. This will help you to solve your questions in English. So let's go back to, now we come back to how in a negative sense they are being used. So that is also a very important. So in case of using negative word, then when we are using have, how we are going to use the thing? Suppose I don't have, they don't have, we don't have, you don't have. So you have to remember these things while you are using the negative form. You don't have, I don't have, he don't have, she don't have. All these things are being used as like this. So you have to remember these things. Don't, in case of plural form, you will be using don't. I don't have, we don't have, you don't have, they don't have. So you have to be very careful while you are using the negative form, when we are at negative form while using have. Now in case of has, how we are going to use these things? We are not going to change this sentence. We are not going to write here has, but we are going to change this thing. We have to change these things, then we can place has after that, and that will make our sentence proper and it will be correct. So as if he, she, it, then proper noun, then title. All these things, when you are going to use it, then how you are going to use it? As if he does not, she does not, it does not. Like this way you have to make it. He does not have, she does not have, it does not have, Amit does not have, Chota Bhim or any kind of title does not have. So you have to be very careful in case of singular, and when we are making it negative, we are not going to change these things, but what we are going to change, we are going to change this one, this portion. You have to be very careful while you are making. Here it is like this and here it will be like this. So while in case of negative, we will be changing this one and this one. We have to be very careful while we are writing. In case of singular form, so we will be writing this. Forget about this has. In case of singular form, we will be writing this way, and in case of plural form, we will be writing this way. So you have to be very careful while you are making the negative form of this singular and plural pronouns. Now, we in Old English language, if we write like this, I had not. In Old English, it is quite correct. But in modern day English, we do not use this kind of sentence. In modern day English, we use a different kind of sentence. Suppose, I didn't have. She did not have. So, in case of past form of the sentence, we are going to use the sentence like this, but we are going to make the sentence like this, not like this, because this is used in the past form. You can find these things in Shakespearean languages, you can find these things, they are not wrong, but in modern day English, we used to write it like this. So, obviously, they didn't have. So, we used to write the past form like this. So, you have to remember these things. Otherwise, your sentence may not be correct in the very proper way. So, now we are going to modal verb where have to is used. So, this one is the last one where we have to use this portion. We have to use this thing in a sentence. So, how we are going to make the sentence correct? For example, suppose I have to paint my room. So here we can see how the thing is being used. So in another example, suppose he has to send the report. So in all these things, as you can see, where the modal verb is being used in the very correct form. So you have to go through these things and you have to know these things and you have to learn how they are being used. I hope you have liked my video. So please like and subscribe my channel so that others can learn about these things and you also go through these things. If you have any kind of doubt, let me know and I will try to help you more in this kind of matter. So have a very nice day and I will be bringing very shortly another kind of video which will be very helpful to you. So goodbye and best of luck to each and every one of you.